Hi, dyslexic genius here, Brett Hurt. I'm going to show you how to refelt the Edison oiling tubes and the whole process. You can see I've done this one. I leave them a little longer at the end here, and then I will trim them to fit when I put it together. I also I punch out a piece of felt for the top to keep the dirt and the crud from going down the hole. Well, first what I do is I just use some old green felt like you felt your turntables with, and I use this punch set, this type of punch here. This was from Harbor Freight, Pittsburgh, and it works very well at cutting the felt out. You want to make sure that you get all the old little felt pieces out. And they're about 3/8 of an inch long. Some are 1/2 an inch. You just kind of have to figure it out. So what I do is, if they didn't pull out when you're pulling them out originally and they break, you can take a sewing needle and you can come in the hole like this and kind of grab it and it'll just pop right out. That's what I do. Then I just soak these overnight in the Simple Green 50/50 solution. You pull them out, wipe them off, and they're really good. After I've cleaned them, I take my air compressor, or you can use compressed air in a can, like you spray off your keyboard on a computer, and I blow all this out, and then I run my 20 thousandths piano wire in. Sometimes they won't go all the way down, so I go back and forth with it. And then I start to do it. First I cut out the top felt, and then I do this. It's very easy. What you do is you cut out a little piece of felt like this, and then you want to roll it in your fingers so it gets a point in it. Then you put some sewing machine oil on this. Just coat that thing with some sewing machine oil. And you take your fingers and you roll it. Till you get that little point like that. Then you're going to stick the little point in the tube here. Getting the point on the end is very critical. This is what helps you get it in. There we go. This one's not working. This one hates me. There, I'm getting the point. You see how I got it stuck in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist it clockwise, and I'm going to push it in. Really what I'm doing is I'm screwing that felt. You see how it disappears? And then you pull on it. They'll come out, but once they're in place, they're never going to come out anyway. Screw this one in. And that's how you do it. Then you'll come back in here and you'll trim this off to fit in to the castings.
After you put all of them
I've kept on. Really, I only leave a little bit, maybe. Let's use a screwdriver. You see the end of my screwdriver? I'll trim it to where I just have a little bit coming in. It doesn't need a lot. The problem with them is, find one here. Here's a good one. You can see in my hand where this one went in. Well, what happens is this end of it gets hard. It hardens up from the grease and oil they used back then. And using the sewing machine oil, this will just wick through. And when you re-oil, really each tube only needs about 2 drops. That's why I put this in. I'll kind of fill that up till the oil just covers the green felt, and then I'll walk away.
So how do you cut it out with this?
When I cut it out with this, felt's hard to punch. Seriously, this stuff's hard to punch. So you get a block of wood, you get the punch out. And that goes flying. And now you got your little circle.
Okay, great.
That's how you do it. This is a lot of fun, but you have to rebuild this because people will rebuild these. They'll rebuild the whole motor. They'll take the oiling tubes off. They'll put it all back together, and then they'll fill this up, and you'll come back 2 or 3 days later and say, why are my oiling tubes still full of oil? This is what happens. You know, this is a lot of fun, and that's my tip for the day.